Alright guys, 9th endgame here in the 100 endgames Jesus de la Villa series. Alright, here's just some simple ones showing you the importance of not getting your king trapped in the corner here. Obviously we know sometimes when we have the knight versus rook endgame we can't really help getting our king trapped on the back rank, but we can avoid getting our king trapped in the corner, usually anyway. In this position, here's just checkmate in one move. Rook to h2, checkmate. With white's move, you still see that white's completely helpless here. The knight can't go to f3 or h3 as that loses the knight, and it can't go to e2 either as that drops the knight. So whatever black plays, you take the knight, and then it's checkmate next move. So don't get your king trapped in the corner is the lesson here. In this position again, it's black to move, and king f3, the knight has no moves. There, either square the knight goes to, it loses. The knight gets taken either by the king on g3 or the rook on f2. And if the king goes to f1, then rook a1 is checkmate. Here again, black has checkmate in two moves if it's black to move. If it's white to move, white's completely helpless. King g1 is checkmate in two. And knight e3, for example, rook a1, and it's checkmate next move. Alright. Last one, or second to last one even, is if with black to move in this position, rook a1 is checkmate in two moves, as we saw in the last one. In this position, this is what I call the L fork position, with the knight next to the king on the back rank and the knight attacking the king. And this is a draw. You see on the table base there, king e3 draw. And the key thing to remember, if you look at the table base, knight g2 is the drawing move. Either the rook can take, and that's a clear draw, or the king goes back to f3 and we just check again, and we're repeating moves here. If the king goes anywhere else, let's say to d3, now we can bring the king out into the open. And as we've seen earlier in the last lecture, for black to lose this position, they need to have their king on the back rank to have for white to have chances of double attacking the knight and checkmate on the back rank. You need a double attack here to win the knight. One important thing to remember: we don't want to separate the king and the knight. If we play king g1 here, you see the table base gives a win for white here. Rook d2, and the knight has to go to g2 here. If king f1, rook d1, and now the knight is lost for black. The knight's pinned, so it can't move, and the king can only go to g1 or g2, and the knight is lost. And one thing the book emphasizes is that the rook d2 knight, the g2 square is a poor square for the knight. Just an awkward square for it to be on. It blocks black's own king from getting out with its own piece. Here the table gives king e2 and so on. This is eventually a win for black. We don't need to go through it all. This position is not in the book. But anyway, cheers guys.